Samsung is getting ready for something big with its next flagship, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, according to new reports. This phone might come with a completely fresh camera system that could directly challenge Huawei's latest giant, the Pura 80 Ultra. The big highlight is expected to be a brand new folded zoom camera, something that could change the way Samsung handles smartphone zoom. So what does this folded zoom mean? Normally, if you want more zoom, you need a bigger lens. But phones are thin, so that's a problem. The folded zoom solves this by bending light inside the camera lens, which makes the focal length longer without sticking a huge lens outside the phone. If you've heard of the periscope lens in other flagship phones, it's kind of like that, but with improvements. The biggest benefit is that Samsung can make the camera module smaller, which means the Galaxy S26 Ultra might actually be slimmer than older Ultra models. And that's exciting because Samsung's Ultra phones have always been known for being big and heavy. A thinner Ultra would feel very different in the hand, but there's a catch. A folded zoom lens is more complex than the regular periscope setup. More parts, more work, and more cost. That usually means the phone itself could end up being more expensive. If history is any guide, Samsung is not going to eat that cost. They'll likely pass it on to customers. So don't be surprised if the Galaxy S26 Ultra comes with a higher price tag than the S25 Ultra. Meanwhile, Huawei isn't backing down. Their Pura 80 Ultra already showed off something new in zoom technology, a dual switchable periscope sensor. This system lets the phone switch between two zoom levels, so users can capture both medium and long-range shots with better quality. It gives flexibility that regular zoom cameras don't offer. Basically, Huawei's approach is all about making zoom photography more versatile. To understand at just how serious Huawei is, let's quickly look at the camera setup on the Pura 80 Ultra. It packs 5 powerful cameras. The main one is a 50-megapixel shooter with a massive 1-inch sensor and wide aperture for stunning photos with lots of detail and great dynamic range. Then there's a 50-megapixel telephoto with sensor shift stabilization for clear zoom shots. Add a 12.5-megapixel ultra telephoto lens for long-distance zoom, a 40-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and even a 1.5-megapixel multispectral sensor to boost color accuracy. Together, this makes one of the most advanced mobile camera systems available right now. Samsung doesn't want to fall behind. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is also rumored to bring 5 cameras. Similar to the S25 Ultra, reports say it will include a huge 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel telephoto, and a 50-megapixel periscope zoom. On the front, users will likely see a 12-megapixel selfie camera. On paper, it sounds similar to what we've seen before, but the real difference will be in how the folded zoom system is used. If it works as expected, it could take Samsung's zoom photography to the next level. It's interesting to see how Samsung and Huawei are solving the same problem in different ways. Huawei is going all in on versatility with its dual switchable periscope lens, while Samsung is focusing on reducing size and bulk with the folded zoom design. One is about offering more options, the other is about better design and comfort. Both are aiming to give users powerful zoom photography without making phones too bulky. Design is another area where this could matter a lot. If Samsung can really shrink the camera bump, the S26 Ultra could end up being the slimmest Ultra yet. That would make it easier to carry and more comfortable to use, especially compared to the chunkier Ultra models from before. Huawei's phone, on the other hand, is loaded with heavy hardware, which makes it thicker and heavier. So in the end, users will have to decide, do they want slim and sleek, or big and versatile? Of course, cameras aren't the only thing that matter in a flagship, but for Ultra phones, they are the main selling point. Huawei has already set the bar high with the Pura 80 Ultra, so Samsung needs to impress if they want to keep up. What we're really seeing is a battle between two tech giants, each trying to define the future of mobile photography. Samsung's folded zoom could set a new standard for thin yet powerful phones, while Huawei's dual periscope shows how flexibility can be taken to the next level. In the end, the real winners are the users, because we get more advanced photography tools than ever before. As we wait for Samsung to officially launch the Galaxy S26 Ultra, one thing is very clear: the fight for the best smartphone camera is heating up. And whether you're Team Samsung or Team Huawei, the next wave of flagship phones is going to be something worth watching closely.